straight males of Reddit. What's the gayest thing you've ever done? High school marching band trip, 2014. The band is in Wildwood, New Jersey for an end of the year trip. The percussion kids decide to all gather in one of the hotel rooms to watch Frozen together. Frozen ended up being pay-per-view porn on the TV and a bunch of dudes jerking off together. Or, in 2016 on the way to MAC championships, a bunch of sax players, me included, were playing a game where the person in the front seat of the bus would have a goldfish cracker in their mouth. And we would have to pass it to the person in the back of the bus by kissing the other person and pushing the goldfish in their mouth. The last person would eat it. Keep in mind, this was the saxophone bus. There aren't many girls in the sax section at my old high school. So yeah, this one time at band camp, I let my friend kiss me. He came from a really religious household and was finally realizing that he was gay. He asked if he could kiss me to see if it felt different than kissing a girl. He is my friend, and I had kissed people in theater, so I kind of figured, hey, why not? After the kiss, which included more tongue than I expected, which was any, he pulled back and said, thanks, and then immediately, duck, him definitely gay. I had a dude suck whipped cream off the tip of my penis. Yeah, that's pretty gay. Used to be a game where you put your hand on another guy's knee and slowly move it toward their groin until one of you chickened out. I never lost. Had a friend who would try to mess with you by making this a game. He'd put his hand on your knee and say, guess what card I'm thinking of? And whatever you pick. I chose ace of spades. He'd say wrong. Guess again and move his hand up one space. I just flipped it on him by picking the same card again. He looked confused, but assumed I'd messed up until I kept eye contact and repeated the same card a third time. He chickened out first. Well played. I got a boner while reading some of these comments. That's pretty gay. Edit. Gay men of Reddit, please stop messaging me. I don't want to be turned. Was a medic in the army. First day at my unit. A guy walked in, whipped his dick out, and asked if it looked infected to me. We've been best friends ever since, and my son's named after him. Former medic here. I cannot tell you how many times some dumb infantryman would whip his dick out and ask if it was infected. This happened all the fucking time. Anyone ever heard of the game Gay Chicken? Two straight guys slowly lean towards each other as if a kiss is about to occur. First one to back out loses. Pretty simple. Dumb. Raised in South Carolina. High school boy game. Well, mama didn't raise no quitter and am pretty damn comfortable in my sexuality, so I'd win whenever challenged. Had the right technique for closing eyes and tilting my head for nose avoidance at the right times to make it believable. One day, I was challenged by a fellow senior, HS, who unbeknownst to me, was in the closet. So, I approach it with my usual gusto, and he doesn't back down. Let's meet. We stay there for about 2 seconds and I think, hey, if I open my lips, like I will kiss, he'll back down. Nay, he did not. He shot his tongue right into my mouth when the moment presented. I took the L, but told him I respected his game. Years later at a commitment ceremony between his partner and him, I got credited with being his first gay kiss. So that's kind of cool that I didn't turn him off men forever and make him hopelessly confused, I suppose. Wasn't me, but a funny ass story nonetheless. During high school I was a 4-year wrestler. Due to how wrestling is, the team itself are rather comfortable with each other, are not afraid to do stuff that the normal straight high school male would be too afraid to do. Stuff like take naps on top of each other, put holds on people laying down, etc. During sophomore year, our coach drove us upstate for a 2-day tournament and got rooms from a cheap hotel. While settling in, 2 of the wrestlers decided that they wanted to take a bath, but wanted to save time and water. So while in nothing but gym shorts, they proceeded to take a bath together. The funniest part is, when our coach was checking up on us to make sure we get to sleep, he asked where those 2 were, and we pointed to the bathroom. He entered said bathroom, and upon seeing the 2 chilling in the tub, he yelled, "What in the duck are you 2 doing?" Question mark, apostrophe, and the older wrestler, in all his wise glory, just simply smiled back and went, "Hey coach, apostrophe. So yeah, Two perfectly straight guys, who I think also had girlfriends as well, decided to take a bath together and be perfectly okay with it. Nothing gay in saving water. As a gay man, I'm just gonna say, some of you straight men are just fascinating creatures. I like how some people are, like I came in a guy's ass, and others are, like I held my best friend's hand once, and we've never spoken about it since. I kissed a dude because I thought I was gay. Were you? No, I had a hard time attracting women, so I thought I was gay. Technically, got in a hot tub naked with 3 gay guys and we talked about relationships. But really, remove the gay element and it was just 4 dudes talking about life. No biggie. You should tell your dad about this, was the big laugh line. 4 dudes chillin' in a hot tub 1 feet apart cause they are gay. I had sex with a guy. Turns out I'm only into anal when it's with a chick. You can't knock it till you try it, I guess. If 2 people say they don't like broccoli, but one of them has tried broccoli before, and the other hasn't, is one of them more correct in their dislike than the other? In this essay, I will explain how it is straighter to have sex with a man once than to never have sex with a man. Apostrophe. From a Twitter post, but relevant and more hilarious. I have a friend who is bisexual. Sometimes he jokes about eating my ass and sometimes I joke about it as well. At times I think he really does want to eat my ass. As a bisexual I can confirm we do not joke about the matters of ass eating. My straight friends once told me, straight, that they would have banged me if I was a girl. On the same vein, my best girlfriend said she'd make out with me if I were a girl. Apparently I'm exactly her type. If we ignore the dick, take the red pill and you get a GF. Take the blue pill and you stay single, but you can keep your dick. I had my best friend suck my dick when I was drunk once. Knew I was straight about 2 seconds in. Asking as a lady, is there a difference when a guy does it versus when a lady does it? Or was it just the visual aspect that made you go NOOOPE? Gay man here. I was being orally pleasured by a girl once. She was good at it, but I just didn't like it. I think it was knowledge that she's not a dude that turned me off. I'm assuming it might have been similar for the op. Made out with guys due to spin the bottle. Balanced out by also making out with girls in the same games. One of the dudes was a much better kisser than the other participants. Well, thank you. I practice on the mannequins at Target. That's where I practice my blowjobs. I was at a gay bar with some gay friends and this young guy wearing a friggin' suit walked up and asked me for a dance. I told him I wasn't gay and he said I just came out and I want my first dance to be with someone beautiful. Apostrophe. I did a slow dance with the dude and went on my way. Dude deserved it for that A+ line. That is smooth talking. Naked 4 AM drunk bench press session in the back garden of a mate's house with 2 other mates. We were drunk. There was a bench. Inevitably, benching happens. I can't remember who thought first this would be funnier if I was naked. Probably me. Please tell me you spotted each other too. Ain't nothing gay about safety when lifting heavy. Pretended to be my friend's boyfriend to prevent him from being hit on from this guy he didn't want to hit on him. We put our arms around each other and I kissed him on the temple. Lol. Gay or straight? No means no. And I'll do this 1,000 times more if I have to. There was a friend of mine who is a girl. We were at a bar with some buddies and she was off to the one end and I was watching to make sure she was okay. I saw a guy started talking to her and I could tell she was not interested at all and she tried walking away from him and started heading back to the group. The guy grabs her hand and is trying to coax her into being with him or whatever. I didn't like that. Dude, she's not into you, stop being a creep. I looked around to see if anyone else was seeing this and no one else was. So I, being the gay friend I am, went to their end of the bar and looked at her and her face was like PLS help me, but with a smile on it. So I start hitting on the guy. He got super confused and I was telling him how hot he is and I'll buy him a few drinks and we can go back to my place. I was getting all up in this dude's face and just acting super gay. Reason I say acting is because my voice and personality doesn't come off as gay. You would not be able to tell I was gay. He lets go of her. She gets behind me and he shoves me back and I said, that was kind of hot. I love it rough big boy, and he saw he was making a scene. Everyone was looking, so he left. I hate dudes like that. You're a creep foe. Me and the boys once took turns taking a 10-minute ice bath at a hotel, then measuring who had the smallest peen by the end of their ice bath. The smallest person won. So who won? Some Lutheran kid from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Barely measurable actually, just a head protruding from a pelvic bone. Worked at a gay bar 4 years. People were friendly, tips were really good, and honestly the guys kept setting me up with their female friends. 10/10ths were due again. Made out with a close friend. When he came out to me as gay, he wasn't really sure how I would respond. When he told me he thought I was attractive, I didn't know how I was gonna respond either. He decided to just go for it and kiss me. Honestly, best makeout session I had. Every girl I made out lacked the passion he did. Never made out with him again. Do it again. Report back. Mission brief understood. When I was a teenager, me and my 5 friends were alone in the dorms while everyone else went on break. My 4 friends decided that it would be fun to have a masturbation contest to see who can come the fastest. I said hell no and became the officiator. They all went to separate corners of the room and readied the porn in their phones. When I shout go, they start jerking off simultaneously and the losers have to pay the winner's dinner. Interesting conundrum. Is it gayer to jerk off with 4 dudes or to watch 4 dudes jerk off? Joined the Marine Corps. If I drew up a line chart of my life with X equals age and Y equals number of viral dicks seen, there is an exponential spike well into the hundreds on my first day of boot camp. What if I told you that eyeballs can be manually controlled to look elsewhere? It's somehow gayer if you don't look. I was so desensitized to meat gazing when I got out of the Corps. My first time with some buddies at a civilian gym. Everybody was conservatively covering up with towels in the locker room after showering. While walking around naked, my reaction was, "What are you? Gay?" Exclamation mark. "Show me your dick." Apostrophe. Vet humor. Man. You can titty twist, ass slap, and oil check, literally poke their butthole, each other. The general consensus being it's not gay, as long as it's funny. I won't even deny it when people say that's pretty gay, because it's pretty gay. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.